Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ. And make sure you hit that like button. This is a special episode. And if you guys know MLB The Show at all, the whole series, you know that Riding Rosters is out. And it's been about 12 hours since the time I am filming this. But they are officially out. So shout out to him and all the people that worked on these rosters. And I made a decision. I usually I end up making this decision every single year, and I'm actually going to do it again. I'm going to reboot this series and sim up to the point where we left off, and whatever happens, happens. So we are going to grab the full minors and use those in our franchise. So like I said, we are going to reboot this, and we're just going to simulate up to where we left off, which was right here in May 29th to be exact. So then we'd have 3, 4, 5. So we'd have about 7 games before the MLB draft. And first, before we even start simming, let's just look at the differences in our organization as far as these rosters coming out. These are the most realistic rosters, and we decided to go with them. I think one thing to point out is, Shed Long. Shed Long is definitely a lot worse, and it's probably more realistic. He probably wasn't MLB ready anyway. And he's about a 63 overall B potential, and this is probably more realistic. And then just looking at some other guys that we're probably gonna take precaution on, just checking out our A roster. Hunter Strickland is actually hurt in real life, so he's gonna be in A ball for a couple of months. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send up Kyle Seager after the month of April, just like I did in the previous episodes, and then I'm gonna keep Hunter Strickland down until after draft day. And then they actually signed Neftali Feliz pretty recently. I think a couple days ago they signed him to a minor league deal, so he's some help that we could use. I think I'm still gonna go out and sign Joaquin Benoit for our bullpen, just to make those moves we made in the previous episodes. Let me know, should I make the same trades I made in the previous episodes just to make it so I'm not not cheating, but doing the same moves, bringing in Matt Duffy as well, and then making that small minor league trade I made? Should I do that? Let me know down in the comment section. We're also going to check out some of the free agents too, because there's a lot of international prospects and some prospects that we might want to sign, but I don't want to make it unrealistic. But I do want to look at Dylan Moore here. So Dylan Moore is actually 73 overall this time around. His hitting zones are still kind of questionable, but he's going to start at the MLB level just like in real life. I'm not going to touch these at all. I think one thing I'm going to do though is send JP Crawford down to AA. He is only 62 overall. I want him to develop a little more than playing against higher competition in AAA, and I think he can do that once I send him down to AA. One guy to note is Noelvi, I don't know how to say that, Noelvi Marte. I think that's how you say it, Noelvi Marte. He's in A ball, 18 years old. I think he's going to be really good. He was one of the top international prospects last year, and he signed with the Mariners, so he's from the DR. He's going to be pretty good. Let's just look at some other guys. I know Dom Thompson Williams was a B potential in our previous iteration, but now he's at C, so that definitely changes some things with our outfield. Kyle Lewis goes down overall as well. He's only 63 overall here, so he's going to have a couple years to develop. But Braden Bishop is a guy that I'm actually still pretty high on. I think he still has a shot. I'm not saying he's going to, but maybe he has a shot to move up. I know guys don't progress as well as you would, hope, maybe faster, but he's at 65. I'm imagining at the end of this season he'll be around 68. If we're lucky, 69, 70. So I think that's what he's going to be. And Kyle Lewis is still a couple of years away, to be honest. And then let's just look at other guys. Julio Rodriguez. I'm actually going to keep him in A-ball. And A-ball is a place where you can keep guys to develop them without the stats. So a lot of players are influenced by their performance, and A-ball is just a way to make it so that they're consistent. So Jarred Kelenic, for example, I'm likely going to keep him in single A. I might move him up to AA maybe halfway through the season, but I do want him to develop consistently, maybe up until we sim, and then I'll move him up to AA. We'll see. But I just want to look at some of our A potential guys. Let's just see if we can sort by potential here. Justice Sheffield, he's at AAA right now, but I kind of want to move him down to AA just to get him some work there, just like JP Crawford. Yusei Kikuchi is actually 83 overall and A potential. I believe he was B potential in the last one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's going to be at the MLB level. Let's see some other A potential guys. Justin Dunn is A potential as well, so he's probably going to be in AA. And then Jared Kelenic. So we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4 prospects that are considered pretty good, and they are A potential. But JP Crawford is actually a free agent after this season. So, I mean, we got a decision to make there. I think we're going to extend his contract and make sure we lock him up. Justice Sheffield is also a free agent after this season. Let me just look at all these guys that, see, Justin Dunn doesn't have any MLB experience, so he has a renewable contract. But a guy like Justice Sheffield and JP Crawford, we're going to have to extend them and sign them up to a long-term deal. So just looking at free agency, we have more options now, and you can see there's some international players. We're going to go over some of those guys like Tetsudo Yamada. He's pretty good. He's a second baseman. He's a pull. Actually, he's a pull right-handed hitter, 26 years old. B potential at 79 overall. I'm not going to go after him. I'm going to make sure, maybe not make sure, but if he does make it through this season without getting signed, I'm going to try to go after one of these international guys. We'll go over those. Ben Revere is here, which, man, look at him. He's got 97 vision. He's a lot like Matt Duffy, to be honest, but he's 30 years old. He bats left-handed, though, another lefty. But then his speed and reaction in the field, I really, really like that. And it would give us some speed off the bench. Maybe he's an option we go. Let me just see how much he's going to ask for. So he's asked for 4.1 a year. I mean, I don't know about spending that much money right now. Let's just look at some of the top international free agents. So we did a player search on guys that are at least 75 potential and just looking at some international prospects here. So I'm not going to go out and sign any of these guys, but if they do make it through this season, they're free game. So if I can get one of these guys or a couple of these guys, I'm going to try to get them. And let's just look at some of them. Yamada is a second baseman here out of Japan. You can see he is a right-handed second baseman. He is 26 years old, a little older, but that's kind of what happens when coming over from Japan. They're older rookies. Kodai Senga, he's another starting pitcher here. B potential 75 overall, not bad there. Norimoto is another guy. He's from Japan. He's 28 years old. He's pretty decent as well. Yubayashi is another guy, but this guy, he's going to be really good. He can hit from the left side of the plate. He's only 23. So, man, just imagine having him in your minors and just having him as a weapon all of a sudden, bringing him up in the middle of the year. That would be huge. Jen Ho Sang is another one. B potential 67 overall out of Taiwan. He's a decent free agent. But, you know, I ran across somebody who you guys will really like here. Kyler Murray. So Kyler Murray is a free agent. I don't know whether or not he's technically, he's not under contract with the Athletics, but I don't know the signing rules here. And I just want to know, like, I want to get your guys' opinion. Should I go after him and sign him? It's up to you guys. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I think it would be interesting to have him in our organization. He is B potential and only 21. I mean, it would be pretty cool to see him there. And I think that's kind of the last guy I saw. I am going to sign one guy here, Adam Walker. I think he's still got some left in him. He's a pretty good minor leaguer, and I had him in my last couple of dynasties. I actually used to play against him growing up, so kind of a tie there, but I want to sign him and put him in our organization just to get us some help and some depth. So let's simulate to where we left off, which was this last game in the month of May versus Texas. So let's simulate up to this point. Let's actually simulate to the game before it, so we're exactly where we left off, and see how we do. So we start out 3-6. Dan Altavilla is going to be hurt for 2 months. Justin Dunn is going to be hurt for a little bit as well. So our AA team is already seeing some injuries, but we're actually around the same that we were when we started last couple episodes. Oh, so we got a trade offer here. White Sox offering us a trade. So let's see who they want. No way. Yusei Kikuchi. They're not getting Kikuchi. Let's just see how he's doing so far. He's 2-0 with a 1.54 whip, 4.97 ERA. Not the best ERA or whip, but I mean, he's 2-0. I'm definitely not doing this. We just signed him. I mean, that's just a dumb deal. So let's keep simulating here and see how we end up. and see what happens. So Neftali Feliz, we actually ended up signing him. So at some point, I do want to probably get him up to the MLB level. We'll see if we do need that help eventually. So we do end up sweeping the Cubs with that 2-game series. And here's the tough stretch. So we win 2 of 3 from the Yankees, and it looks like we actually win 2 out of 3 of the Boston Red Sox. So we're sitting here pretty much where we were before. I mean, it's pretty similar if you look at it. We're 25 and 27 at this point, and the Yankees are now offering us a trade. Ooh, so they want Dylan Moore. And let's just look. I actually like Dylan Moore. Let's just look at Dylan Moore. But look who they're giving up. Estevan Florial. Wow, this is something to think about here. Let's see what Dylan Moore is doing so far. And look, he's hitting pretty well. 280. I actually forgot to move up Kyle Seager. My bad. I kind of forgot to do that. But I see why they want Dylan Moore. He's hitting 280. Oh my, they're giving up Estevan Florial, who is an A potential prospect.
Oh my God.
We've got to do this trade. I mean, we've got to. I don't know why they want Dylan Moore. I want to look. So let's look at the third base. Oh, I see why. DJ LeMahieu is hurt. That's probably why. I don't know. Can we see how long he's out for in this menu? Okay, 2 to 3 weeks. I see it at the top right there. 2 to 3 weeks. But why do they want Dylan Moore and they're willing to give up their top prospect, one of their top prospects, Estevan Florial? I mean, if they're willing to do this, they must have a different plan in mind. Maybe they're going to move Dylan Florial to another position. Maybe one of these guys isn't hitting well. Let's see. Didi Gregorius, he's not even playing right now. I don't know why he's not playing. He doesn't have any stats. That's kind of weird. Let's see who. Okay, Troy Tulowitzki. Let's see if he has stats. So, yeah, it looks like Didi Gregorius just hasn't played yet. Let's just look at the rest of their infield. Let's see Andujar. Let's see how he's doing. And it looks like he's not playing either. I'm kind of confused there. He doesn't have any stats there. Maybe DJ LeMahieu just got hurt or something. He was hitting 280, and they just had an injury. Gleyber Torres, he's playing, I'm pretty sure. I mean, he has no competition. He's hitting 301. I'm confused on why they want to do this trade. But I'd be stupid to turn this down. I'd be absolutely stupid to turn down this trade for Dylan Moore. Dylan Moore isn't really a part of our future. He's really good, but he's not really a part of our future. So maybe they just need some depth at AAA. I have no idea. Why would they do this trade? So I'm gonna accept this trade. I mean, it's a no-brainer for me to accept this trade. And their cash flow actually goes down to negative $48,000 a week. So I don't know how they're even doing this, but we're going to accept that trade. So we just accepted our first trade of this franchise, Reboot, as we use the OSFM rosters. Let's actually sim these last couple games here just to get to... actually, you know what? We have to move up Kyle Seager now, because now that Dylan Moore is gone, we have to kind of make room for him. So we just moved up Kyle Seager. I'm just going to advance these last 3 games here. And look at this. Yeah, look, I can't make this up. We literally end up on the same exact record as before. So it's like nothing changed. 28 and 29. Let's just look at how all of our players are doing now. So we are sitting here at 4th in the division, 3 games back, and everybody is pretty much within 3 games. I mean, if you see the Angels on top right now, I mean, everybody's pretty equal. Let's look at the AL wild card, and I imagine it'd be much of the same. We're pretty much in the mix for the wild card. So 3.5 games back here in the wild card and 3 games back from the division. So at the MLB level, let's just see who's hitting the best so far. Vogelbach only has 12 at-bats. He's in 333, but Omar Narvaez hitting 308. I'm really surprised at this. His OPS is 868. And wow, I mean, he's doing pretty well so far. He's even got 5 steals. That's amazing. Let's just look at his speed. What is this? 19 speed. He's got 5 steals. That's pretty good. Looking at Malik Smith, he's hitting over 300. I think this is what I expect from him. He's got 10 steals. And let's see how many runs he has. Let me just see if he's leading our team in runs. Did I pass it? I may have passed it here. Yeah, so he's got 21 runs. He's not leading our team in runs. D. Gordon is at 26. Tim Beckham's got 26 as well, but Ryan Healy's got 28. So let's just keep going down the line here. D. Gordon's hitting 278. Pretty good. I think in this iteration here, he's actually hitting at the top of the lineup, and Malik Smith is hitting second. Tim Beckham's hitting 268. It's respectable. His overall has went down, though. So hopefully when we start controlling the team, he'll go up. Domingo Santana's hitting better than he was in our previous iteration. 255. Ryan Healy's hitting 252. But here's where it gets tough here. Edwin Encarnacion's hitting 224, and he's declining fast. So $20 million is a lot to unload, and I don't know if I can do it. I mean, if some team is willing to take it on, be my guest, but I don't know who would be willing to do that. Mitch Haniger, he's only hitting 211. I mean, that's pretty bad. I mean, I can't lie, that's pretty bad. I mean, he's a great fielder and everything, but this is a definite big slump he's in to start this season. He's only got 44 hits and 209 at-bats. That's not good at all. And then Kyle Seager in the first few games hitting 200. Jay Bruce, though, hitting 188. So we definitely got to do some things there. Let's look at pitching. So I think that this is where we are pretty strong at. Marco Gonzalez, once again, 106 whip. Last year, he was at a 122. He's going for his career best whip here, 106, and a career low ERA, I believe, 264. So he's off to a good start. Yusei Kikuchi, not the best whip, not the best ERA, but he is a rookie, so I like what he's doing so far. He's 4-2. Mike Leake is 3-4 as well. Let's look at our starters. Wade LeBlanc is 2-4, 133 whip. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not great either. Felix Hernandez is 2-6, probably where we expected him with the 142 whip. And let's just look at some of our bullpen guys. Anthony Swarzak, he's got 15 saves, 111 whip. Let's see how many blown saves he actually has. He has 2 blown saves and 15 saves. So, I mean, not bad there. He got us some victories there. Corey Guerin, he's actually has a 208 whip. I mean, man, just struggling out of the gate. Let's see who has the most innings pitched out of the bullpen so far this season. So Chasen Bradford does. He's got 32 innings pitched with a 109 whip. I mean, he's doing pretty good. Ronas Elias is going to pitch pretty well too. Actually, I mean, 2.37 ERA isn't bad, but the 1.71 whip is pretty high. Brandon Brennan, I don't remember seeing this guy on our roster at all, but he's a B potential guy. This is his first time at the majors here at the major league level. 67 overall B potential. He's 27 years old, but look at him. I mean, he's doing really well. 108 whip, 116 whip, 108 ERA. I mean, he is absolutely dominating. And then David McKay, another rookie here. I don't know why he's at the MLB level. He should not be. He's only 60 overall. Even though he's doing all right, I'm going to move him down probably. So just looking at the transactions that have happened, you can see the Red Sox made a big move. They actually traded away Eduardo Rodriguez for Colin Moran, so they get a third baseman. And it looks like Nick Gordon gets traded to the Braves for Brian McCann. Straight up, 1-for-1. That's a very interesting trade. So then looking at the Marlins, they trade away Tyler Nevins for they trade away Monty Harrison for Tyler Nevin. And then the Yankees actually made 2 trades. So maybe they are onto something here. I think it's because they traded away a shortstop and Albert Abreu for Hector Rondon. So maybe they need some infield help there. So maybe that's why they traded for Dylan Moore. Now it kind of makes a little more sense. So Evan White, who is one of our top prospects in real life, I think he's number 4 on the list. He's hitting 317 at AAA, pretty well to start out his AAA career there. I just want to look at some of the other top prospects. Shed Long is only hitting 228, so what a difference it makes. Getting a different roster, he's now hitting in the low 200s. Let's just look at who else is hot here as J.P. Crawford. Let's check him out. So he's hitting 287 at AAA. I forgot to move him down to AA. I actually moved Marte up to AA, so I actually think I might end up moving him back down to single A so that he develops a little more. Maybe it's just a little overpowering for him since he is only 56 overall. So I might end up moving J.P. Crawford down versus lower competition so he can progress a little more. But he's hitting fine right now, 287. So I might just leave him, and I might actually change up Marte here, moving him down. Let's just look at some other guys here. Ian Miller's in AAA. He's 26 years old. He's an interesting prospect. Not ready for the show yet, but he's hitting pretty well. Adam Walker, who we actually just signed, he's hitting 318, but only 66 at bats, so I actually like to see that. I don't know why it says he's cold. Maybe it's because he's just had a cold streak lately. Braden Bishop is hitting 236. Kyle Lewis hitting 258. Jared Kelenic, like I said, I want to just develop him in single A right now, get him up a couple overall before moving him up. Tito Polo is hitting 240 at triple A. And then Eric Falia is hitting he's hitting 279. So he's 62 overall right now. See potential. Let's just look at our pitchers here that we are very highly touted here in our organization. Let's go to the starters here. And I don't know how to say his last name. Max Pose. I think that's how you say it, Pose. I think that he's one of our best prospects. I didn't notice it before, but he's 66 overall, B potential at 25 years old. Yeah, he is 25, but I like him. He's got 60. He's at 6 feet 8 inches. I mean, that's a pretty big guy. He actually has some experience pitching at the MLB level. He didn't do too well, but I actually like him right now. 49 strikeouts and 19 walks and a 113 whip. He's off to a pretty good start. Justin Dunn got hurt, so he only has 4 innings pitched. It looks like he got hurt in his first outing. But Logan Gilbert's not doing bad. He's 2-6, but 111 whip and a 3.86 ERA. I'll take it. And then Justice Sheffield was hurt for a little bit, I believe, this year. 1.45 whip, 49 strikeouts, 21 walks. I want to see him develop still a little bit more. So those are going to be our top 4 prospects as far as pitching goes. And then out of the bullpen, I don't think we have any top relievers except Joey Gerber, though. He's pretty good. He's got a .98 whip, 0.49 ERA. I mean, he is doing pretty well. So no gameplay in this episode. I just wanted to, show you guys the new rosters and what everybody looks like now. And like I said, I wasn't going to do it, but I decided to go ahead and do it, reboot this franchise, and we ended up being back to the same record. So not much change there. I am kind of disappointed that Tim Beckham's not still hitting over 300. I was enjoying that a lot. Maybe we can get him back up. You never know. But let's just look at the leaders around the league here. Looks like Mike Trout is hitting 344, just like he was in our other franchise. So, yeah, not much has changed there. Let's see what Mookie Betts is hitting. He's hitting 325, so he's hitting pretty well as well. D. Gordon's leading the league in stolen bases, though, with 20. So that's a pretty good sign for him. He's hitting leadoff, so he's probably getting on base a lot. Let's see his OPS. His on-base percentage is only 308. I thought that he would be a little higher than that. I'm pretty surprised at that. His WAR is actually below 0. Let's just look at the other categories, see if we have anybody else that's leading. It doesn't look like it. So it looks like the only category we really have here is hits and is it hits? No, it's at bats. Let's see the other one. It was steals, and there's one more, I believe. I think it was hits. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, it was hits. So D. Gordon's got 71 hits. So that's gonna do it for this episode. I'm not gonna go into any gameplay. I just want to show. Wow, Gene Segura is hitting 368. That's definitely something I didn't see coming. He's hitting 368. Look at the Brewers though. Christian Yelich is hitting 352, and Lorenzo Cain's hitting 360. I mean, they're having probably off to a pretty good start there. But, I mean, even the Phillies. Look at the Phillies and the Brewers. I mean, Cesar Hernandez is up there, too. 357. He's having a career year. Look at him. I mean, his hitting zones are just amazing, out of this world. This would definitely be his best season yet. Even if he finishes over 300, that's probably his best season as a pro. So that's going to do it for this episode. No gameplay in this one, but I did want to just use these OSFM rosters, and shout out to him. I mean, these rosters are incredible. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned for the next episode. About 7 days until the draft day, so stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.